Boring. Lazy. Look at his legs. No, look at his shoulders. Romita is washed. That you? On June 16th, a bunch of keyboard cowboys aimed a Gatling gun of hate at a legend who's been drawing Spider-Man since Jimmy Carter was president. I'm blind, and even I can see the greatness in that cover. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna open your eyes too. Consider it pro bono, bozos. Critics grading a man who was drawing this book before their parents met, and by Friday the cover had vanished from the pre-order listings. Mine is a world without lines or color, just weight and motion. Maybe that's why me and JR are so simpatico. See, he draws the force before he draws the figure. So when a web line snaps taut at speed, it yanks. The shoulders jam up, the head drops, the arms trail dead behind. The character feels it, and you feel it. No wonder the noobs who applaud a Spider-Man that floats would recoil from Romita Jr.'s, who gets pulled. But you don't just wake up one day and put an icon in an entirely new, entirely uncomfortable pose on the cover of Amazing 1000. Understand, John's comic book royalty with more stripes than a herd of zebras. His father, John Romita Jr., took Spider-Man from Steve Ditko in '66, and his take on old webhead would become canon for over 20 years. That's the shadow Johnny grew up inside. By 20, Junior was in the Marvel bullpen, putting in overtime against his 10,000 hours. This was no Nepo baby, even to hear Senior tell it. We never went out of our way to make his path any easier. And he didn't need easier. At 22, he brought Iron Man's defining story, Demon in a Bottle, to life. Then drew Claremont's X-Men, when it was America's best-selling comic. Then he came to my book, and Typhoid Mary danced out of his pencils right onto the page, and into my nightmares. A couple years later, when Frank Miller reimagined my origin story, who did he tag to bring it to life? Here's Johnny. And Johnny's real superpower is storytelling. He doesn't even thumbnail. Notes in the script margins, straight to the board, and the pages still cut like film. Scenes open wide on a real Manhattan block he actually drew. Then the camera punches in. One clean action per panel, so your eye never gets lost. And put his decades side by side, and you can watch the style grow. The family polish of those X-Men years burning off into the angular lines and flooded blacks of my book, then thickening into the slabs he draws today. That sidewalk shot on the 1000 cover, same camera, same brain, 45 years of reps. And in 2022, that brain came home to Amazing Spider-Man. He's drawing it as we speak, which brings us back to June, and what should have been the victory lap. Instead came the pylon. Then the cavalry arrived. Jimmy Palmiotti. I like this cover. The internet has now made it famous. And come Sunday, from the top 4, the cover stays. But here's what the mob missed. That cover's a jam. Johnny's pencils underneath Paulo Rivera's paint. And Rivera's no slouch. The man drew my book. Gorgeous stuff, they tell me. But his soft painted light and Johnny's pure force just don't mix. And stacked on top of each other, the cover starts arguing with itself. You can stack a roster with all-stars and still miss the ring. Chemistry isn't something you can trade for. So don't blame the man who handed his best work off in good faith to another great artist. Blame the fit. And to see what he actually handed off, you gotta see it raw. Don't take my word for it. When the raw pencil surfaced, black sky full of stars, the suit melting into night, artists went and finished them themselves. One stock, one classic, one crisp, one warm, one at midnight, one lit like a movie poster. 6 hands, and the drawing underneath sings in every one. Exhibits A through F, Your Honor. So here's my closing statement. Thank you, Marvel, for holding the line. And Johnny answered the noise like a pro, with one more cover, his Hero in the Rain, finished by Scott Hanna, 30 years his partner. Come September 16th, the name on the front says Romita twice. Go tell a living legend he matters. Won't cost you a dime. The defense rests.